rub.
Let's rub.
There we go.
All right now. Come on, boy.
Now the day can begin.
Got my horse outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. It's your KCHW morning show. Got us streaming just in time. We are here for the Wednesday morning show with myself, Chuck Ritchie, Sharon Ludwig, the ever lovely Sharon Ludwig.
Thank you.
And the also ever lovely Paula Randall. Good
I was
morning,
going to
ladies. How are
say
you doing?
something is missing.
I'm so sorry.
And
I'm
it's
so sorry.
the local roundup, which is why
Yes.
you hear our horses coming in.
It is. It is our Wednesday local roundup. We have Ryan Finley for the To the Farmers Market joining us on the second half of the show today.
Nice.
They have their 4th of July celebration coming up this week.
Yeah.
And we are going to be talking. Yep, there's a delay.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, so he's going to be on here talking about the farmers market this week.
Yay.
And what's going on over there?
Oh, she's got you up and I don't. Now,
Oh.
now mine finally says
Okay, there
live
we
and I
go.
can push it. There's a delay over here on my phone.
You could,
We be helping. I helping.
we make you wait a little extra, Sharon.
Thank you
just
so
for fun.
much.
Ryan is great. We've been so busy with the play that I haven't made my candles yet. And every time he goes over to the booth, he looks at me. There's no candles. I gotta get my candles made.
So, really, Paula, what are you doing of really importance between midnight and 4?
Right?
What?
Come on, get with it.
I mean, Chuck takes advantage of that time.
Those are
I know.
unused hours of the day. Take
Oh, I
advantage.
know. Wait, and I actually brought home sewing last night so that I could do that between the hours of midnight and 4. And you know what I ended up doing? I fell asleep at the table with the sewing, and I'm like, oh, yeah, this is not going to work. I'm going to go to bed.
Oh, yeah.
I have a habit of a lot of times I'll fall asleep on the couch or something, and I'll send messages to people. Click on things, save others. I'll go through my photo album and I randomly have like people's profile pics on my phone saved, and I must have done that when I was asleep.
Oh, no.
Sleep with your phone in your hand and your thumb on the phone.
Right?
Lord knows what I've sent to people
Or purchased. or-
oh yeah, that's a bad
Right?
one. Yeah,
There's
make,
some boxes out there. What did you purchase, Chuck?
make sure you turn eBay off when you're
Right?
if you're falling asleep. That's
oh,
a bad one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
Yeah, it can be dangerous. I know a lot of people have. I do it as well. That you don't ever purchase it, but it's in your cart. Right? You do that? You shop online and you're like, oh, I'll put this in my cart and this in my cart and this. You just never hit purchase.
Oh yeah, yeah.
and
I
then
do
you
that
have
all
like
the time.
this, right? You have this cart of fun stuff.
Like-
Oh,
It's like window shopping, only
yes.
only you don't window shop by walking around the store putting your stuff in the cart, and that's essentially what
Well,
we do.
No, see, if you go to Home Goods, that's exactly what you do. You take everything you like and you put it in your cart and you roll through the whole store, and then you find a quiet part over by the carpets, and then you go through your Home Goods cart and you sort. Yes,
Yes,
I want
no.
this. No, I don't want this. I like this, but it's too expensive.
That is how we shop at like a secondhand store.
See, yes.
Because if you don't keep it in your cart, someone else is going to
Someone
walk
else will
behind
take
you and
it.
get it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you go through at the end. And usually by the changing rooms, they have like the little place where you can put stuff you're not going to buy,
Right?
so you don't have to remember where you got everything.
Exactly.
You know what my wife loves to do to me. It doesn't matter what store we're at.
Mm-hmm.
She will be walking through the store and she'll be like, "Ooh, look at this," and she'll hand me an item and then keep walking. And I'm like,
Am I supposed to put this in the cart?
What do I
am
do
doing?
with this? Where did it come from? And I have to call her back. I'm like, put this away. I don't know where it came from.
Oh, yeah. And I have I can't say. I have a friend who occasionally puts things where they don't belong when you're shopping, just puts it back randomly. And it just irritates me. No, if you don't want it, put it back where it belongs, where you got
Right.
it. You're having to pay somebody to straighten this out, and your goods are going to cost more because,
Exactly.
yeah.
You know, a lot of people do that and make a joke. Oh, job security.
Right?
Yeah.
That's
No,
what I was going to
that's
say. I've heard people who do that.
Higher prices at the grocery store.
Yeah,
That's what
exactly.
that is.
Exactly. Yeah.
I have
Well-
to say, I have taken stuff to the front because I was just like, I'm so sorry. I can't remember where all of this goes, so I'm just going to hand it to you.
Oh,
You know.
yeah, that's a good way to do it.
But I at least take it
Yeah.
up front.
What I hate is when I do that, like on Amazon. I'll have stuff in my shopping
Oh,
cart that I'm just looking. I want to go for it later, but instead of you can move that stuff to save for later. You can put it in a wish list, but I just put everything in my shopping cart.
Right.
And then later on, I'll add something. I'll be in a hurry, and I need to buy this and this and this. And then I won't even look. I'll just go to checkout. Boop. And
And
then
it's like $500.
and then I accidentally buy the stuff that's in the shopping cart.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's a
Well, you have so much time that you can go back and adjust your order.
yeah, I know. I should be able to.
But still,
I
no,
know.
I totally, I can grok with that, because
Yeah.
I have done that.
I've done it enough to where I'm really careful now to check
Exactly.
my.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't want to do that again.
Right, because I do a lot of, gearing up for homeschooling, gearing up for the fall, and gearing up to starting, getting everything ready. So I've got curriculum, and I've got microscopes, and I've got all kinds of stuff in my shopping cart that I think it would be like $1,000. So I have to be really careful. I'm like, no. Okay, what am I getting? Buy now,
Yeah.
Not get everything, buy just this one item.
And then sometimes it's something like, ooh, I'm kind of glad I bought that. And
Right.
other times it's like something that's still sitting in the box in the laundry room on a shelf. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you
All right.
could return it too.
Well, in theory,
And also, you have to be careful. Now, I actually don't know if this is an urban legend. So, you guys out
Okay.
there listening, please let me know. But I have heard that Amazon will blacklist you. So,
if you return too much.
yes. And so, there's a whole
Oh.
bunch of people who don't purchase from Amazon because they don't want to support Bezos. But when you purchase things on Amazon, they support a lot of small businesses. It's how a lot of small businesses survived COVID.
yeah.
Is because they started using Amazon as their distribution source. So you can go through and you can say, who sells this item, and you can select different people
Yeah.
who sell the item, and that way you can support a local business, or I shouldn't say local, but a small business.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you return too much, then yeah, I've heard that Amazon will blacklist you and no longer let
I-
you buy stuff.
Wow.
I have one of my daughters orders a lot and returns a lot.
And she's
you know.
okay.
Yeah.
I've-
well,
I've
when
heard-
she ordered like 5 or 6 wedding dresses.
Oh wow,
When she got married and finally decided on one and sent the rest back. Yeah.
that's
pretty
awesome.
funny.
I had a hard time for a while. They were doing the try before you buy thing, where it was like
Yeah,
they would send you like curated clothes that were usually really, really expensive.
yeah.
But you could do it. They would put together outfits for you and send it. You could here,
Oh,
try
yeah,
this.
that
Yeah,
looks
but that's
so
a service.
interesting to me.
Yeah,
But then what you do, because I'm really bad about, and I think they rely on this, bad about returning stuff,
Yeah.
and they rely on that.
Cha-ching.
And then next thing you know, you're buying a $90 T-shirt.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm cheap. I don't buy $100 shoes. I buy the $20 shoes that are
Oh my gosh, right? Or
ones that don't come in boxes. They hang
Right?
on the rack. Yeah.
Well, and there's book clubs that are that way.
Yeah.
Get 5 books for $1 each. I mean, I don't know that they're that cheap, but then you join the club, and then all of a sudden your books are $20 each.
like,
Or
wait a
more.
minute.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like I could really work with that book club, Sharon. I don't know. Let me think. Books. Let's see. Honey, I need new bookcases.
Yeah, but some of them you get in like they just automatically send you
Yeah.
the book of the month or whatever, and you have to physically say I don't want that book.
I
You
have
know.
those words. Let's see. I don't.
Would you let boo?
I
Yeah.
should. Oh, I know that's a really hard word, Sharon.
Yeah. Well, so I want to go off. I want to go off track for just a minute about this. Over at the Center for the Arts, we offer a summer service to the community. We
Yes.
don't have a thrift store
Yes.
here, so we offer a table and a rack where people bring and they take. Well, we've put up signs and we've had things left there that we don't want left there,
Right.
and so it's a real consideration that it could be closed down. There's a piece of furniture, a mattress over there that we don't want things like that over there.
Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah, and I put a big note on it and said if you brought this, take it home. So I hope that. I mean, I was able to look on our security cameras and see who brought it, but I can't identify them.
Yeah.
But I did identify the pickup
It's-
that brought it.
It's not a trash dump.
It's
not.
not
It
a
is-
trash
It is
dump.
for good, usable items.
And
Yeah.
it's really important. I mean, it's really a community service.
Yeah.
People
It
come
is.
down and they have winter clothes, summer clothes. There's shoes. There's
Children's,
kinds of-
all kinds of
yeah,
sizes.
really.
Yeah.
Books, games.
I once got a
Yeah.
cotton candy maker from there.
Oh yeah.
See?
Well,
Yeah.
yesterday somebody had brought a lot of clothing and put it on the table, so I'm hanging it all up because I think that hung up you see it
yeah,
better.
you can see it
Yeah.
better.
And there is an Instapot, and I thought I don't need another one, but this is a smaller one. Mine's a big one.
Oh, funny.
You know, if that's still there when I come back out, I will take that. And I go in for about 10 minutes, I come out, and it's gone.
It's like the cart at the shop. Like you got to put it in your cart. Might be gone.
Exactly.
It's so amazing. We have the wonderful community yard sale, but I always miss that. And I have piles of stuff, and I'm like, oh no, summer's almost here. The theater's giveaway table, we're going to be able to put it there. It's okay that I can still give it to the community or have people who find it. So
Yeah.
I hear you.
Every year we plan every year to have a yard sale and be part of that. We did one year when we first moved here, but we always want to go to the yard sales. We can't do that if we're having our own yard sale.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
And you don't want to go by yourself to a yard sale.
No.
You don't want to leave one at home to man the yard sale and
Right.
then the other guy go out and bring more stuff home. You want to both go.
You know what?
makes it
And ooh
fun
and
We should
and
make
ah.
like a
family.
yard sale party for next year.
Yeah,
That would be fun. We can like live stream from the yard sale.
that would be fun.
Wouldn't that be a blast?
And the creative district last year wanted to do a yard sale. We had the year before be a part of it, but
Right.
there's a lot of coordination and have like multiple people bring their stuff and be
Yeah.
like a center point and do it as donations for
and then storing it and stuff.
We
yeah.
did.
Yeah, it was a
we
lot.
did twice. We've had yard sales over at the center,
Yeah,
and both times we've made about $2,000.
that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Bec-
awesome.
Because the first time, Anyway, but the second time, all we did was by donation, and I know that people put in $20 bills and they took out 50 cents worth of stuff. They just were donating to the cause.
Yeah,
That is
Yeah.
awesome.
that's
Yeah.
awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
and
Well-
some people took a lot of stuff and didn't donate any, and that's the way
Yeah.
we wanted that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, the balance,
Yeah.
that kind of balances out.
But you're right, Chuck. It's a lot of work. You got to have a place to store
It
it.
is.
You got to have all the tables that you need that you've loaned out. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Right?
right? I don't know what you're talking about.
And then this is a little thing. The yard sales that you want to go to are the ones where everything is organized and it looks clean.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
yeah.
It's like making work to make everything, presentable and clean
Yeah,
and
yeah.
make people want to take it, They're not. We were at a garage sale in Nebraska, and we're just like, these people, it's like, did you even wash these dishes? You're
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
like,
Yeah. Well, and I had a neighbor that she'd have regular yard sales, but she'd iron the T-shirts. She'd had everything and you'd go and you'd think that they were brand new, and then you'd wash them once, and they would look just like regular T-shirts, But she was always selling her kids' clothes, and they were just larger than my kids, So
Oh,
it was a
nice.
great yard sale every year.
You know one that gets me, that skeeves me out. Gross, dirty kids' toys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause-
with the
'cause-
sticky food. And
That are like, wipe them down. Plushies can go in the wash, and they usually come out really nice. Just
Yeah.
throw those things in the wash. You get I was even at a secondhand store the other day, and they had stuffed animals that were just really like
Yeah.
crusty and gross. It's like, man,
Yeah.
throw those things in the wash.
Don't describe.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry.
how about weather?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go from that.
Let's get on. 'Cause
I
we've
wanted
got
to-
a lot to cover
I wanted
today.
to move along
You
there.
can't believe how much is happening in
Oh, I
this
know.
town in the next couple
Right?
of weeks.
I know.
Yeah.
All right, so am I doing weather?
Yeah, we had. What was yesterday?
Well, you said it was 100.
Yeah. It
My
was-
phone did not say that.
What was it?
I don't know. I didn't
It
look
was-
for yesterday. It was hot. That's what you're looking for. It's hot. There we
He's
go.
trying to lead
my
you into
goodness.
the
according to my-
line.
I started
you
a
know,
trend.
What happened?
According,
hot.
according to the thermostat in my car, anyway, it was 100 degrees, which is
Right?
it's usually pretty accurate. So
Oh,
Sitting in
wow.
the sun out there.
yeah.
Well, today is not going to be quite so hot. It's just going to be hot. 92. Well, 92 is hot. That's
That is
bad. Yeah. So a high of 92 today, the 2nd of July. I cannot believe it. A low of 56. Zero chance of rain. Tomorrow is going to be a high of 86. It's cooling off with a low of 55. Sunny all day. Friday the 4th, a high of 83, a low of 56, mostly cloudy. Firework time.
Would be nice to get a little bit of rain for everyone letting off the fireworks.
Yeah, it would have been
Yeah.
nice like on Thursday or
We've-
Friday afternoon, but 3% chance of rain on Friday. I don't think that's happening. And then Saturday the 5th, we have a high of 84, a low of 55. Mostly sunny skies. Sunday the 6th, we have a high of 87 and a low of 57, mostly sunny skies. Monday the 7th, we have a high of 91, a low of 60, mostly sunny skies. Tuesday the 8th, we have a high of 96, a low of 63, sunny skies, and for those last 4 days, 0% chance of rain. And then Wednesday the 9th,
Don't say it
a
out loud.
high of
Don't say it out loud.
100. Yes.
But the low is quite high.
Yeah,
you
the
know?
low is really high, 66.
So it's not going to cool off much at night.
Mm-mm.
No, it's not.
And again, 0% chance of rain for those days of next week.
Yeah, and I'm going to be out camping all next
You're so
week.
brave. You're so wonderful. You're going to have so much fun.
I am going to have fun, but I'm also going to be
You're gonna
hot.
be hot. Be hot. Yeah. Hot.
I just, I ran into one of my our good friends here at the radio station, Isaac Tenasket. Ran into him at Guitar Center the other day in Spokane, and he is actually running one of those firework booths over in front of the casino.
Huh.
Here?
Yeah, yeah,
No way.
yeah,
So
yeah.
if I go buy fireworks, actually, Isaac?
Yeah, yeah. One of our amazing talented singers here
That
locally.
is awesome.
But with that said, I do want to I hope everyone is very careful with your fireworks. It's very hot.
dry.
It's very dry.
Yeah.
Our fire danger right now is extremely high.
Yeah.
We've had less rain than normal this year. Just if you're gonna let off the fireworks, remember to keep in mind people's pets,
Oh, yeah.
veterans.
Veterans,
a lot of veterans have a lot of issues with the fireworks. You know,
Yeah.
it's a stressful time of year for a lot
Yeah,
of people.
PTSD. Yeah.
So use them
yeah.
responsibly. Try to keep them out of the neighborhoods. I know, gosh, you don't want to be the one starting a fire in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
a lot of pets get upset. I know mine do as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of our dogs opens the gate to the basement and goes to the basement and hides in the farthest corner.
Aw.
Yeah.
When the fireworks are going.
I mean, everybody needs to celebrate, but just do it responsibly and don't be that person that's out there lighting your fireworks off till 2 a.m.
Or the person dropping M80s everywhere.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
the one that's
Ooh.
lighting them starting on July 2nd.
Oh, I've
or-
already heard them.
I was
have
gonna
you?
say, yeah,
Oh.
yesterday somebody lit one off. We thought it was a gunshot.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just
Yeah.
like, no, we're close to the 4th of July. It was probably,
Yeah.
Yep.
a firework.
Yeah, the
Practice-
time that I love fireworks, and there's an ordinance in this community that you can light fireworks for a certain time around the 4th of July, but you can also light them for a certain time around New Year's Eve.
I love
And
fireworks
I
on New
love
Year's.
New Year because it's cold. It's not going to start a fire, we hope, and it's beautiful. And usually it's snow, and it's it's just so fun.
Well, growing up in Alaska, we had a tradition. We had just in our neighborhood, we had a lake, Cottonwood Lake, and it was our tradition to go out with a bunch of people. We'd take our cars or snow machines or whatever, snowmobiles. Sorry, people in Lower 48. And we would take them out. There was an island in the middle of the lake, and there was this big neighborhood community party every year, where half the people in the neighborhood would go out on this lake and go out on the island. We'd bring barbecues.
And this is for New Year's Eve?
Yeah, for New
Oh,
Year's.
Okay.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
I'm thinking snow machines, snowboards.
Right in July.
In July.
No, this was for
Yeah,
New
yeah.
Year's.
Right?
and it was a huge fun celebration. Of course, in Alaska, fireworks aren't big on the 4th because it's daylight 24 hours a day.
Oh.
You can't see the fireworks. They make noise, but you can't see them in the air in the daylight.
That would be very frustrating.
yeah. So
That's pretty funny.
not a lot of fireworks in the 4th of July because
Yeah.
That's a waste of
It's just
money.
a waste of a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there were a couple places out towards Big Lake where fireworks stands. You go down the highway, and on both sides of you for about a mile are dozens of massive fireworks stands, and they're open year round.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and you could buy fireworks year round. You can light them off anytime you want.
That is not here.
And
He's
they were
talking
a
about
booming
Alaska.
business. I'm talking about Alaska.
And it's
Yeah.
not safe.
No.
And it's not probably not like that in Alaska now
Yeah.
because they've had some drought
They've had
as
some
well.
major fires. Yeah.
Well, and we've had years where the mayor has called where no fireworks were allowed in town because of the fire danger.
Yeah.
I don't think we're that bad this year,
Yeah.
but it's within her rights to cancel them.
And especially if you're going to be at your home, have a garden hose ready and
Yeah.
on, and wet down all the areas you're going to be in first,
Yeah.
and be safe about it. Be safe
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
But we should move on.
Yeah.
We have
Yes,
other
we
stuff
should.
to talk about. let's see here. Let's go into our community calendar. You guys ready for that? Oh, you know what?
No,
you know,
we need to do birthdays
we
Yeah.
need to do
first.
birthdays. You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm just keeping you in line with
everything
the
is
right
sticking to your-
schedule.
Everything
Speaking
is
of
sticking to
Yeah,
everything.
I was going to say, speaking of children's toys, Chuck, why is everything?
Because these were posters that I had up in the window, and I needed to talk about them on the morning show, so I went and grabbed these posters back out of the window, and they still have the sticky dots on them. So everything's sticking together. All right. Today, for our local birthday calendar, we only have one name on here, and that is Bob Graybeal with a birthday.
Well, good, Bob. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Bob.
Happy birthday. Happy
happy
day.
day.
Happy birthday. Yay.
Bob.
Yay.
Yay!
Ooh, happy birthday. All
Right? I'm so glad that Craig remembered that song because I'm like, what was that again?
That was your song.
I know. See what happens when I'm just not singing it every day?
Right? All right, so let's go ahead and Sharon, are you about ready with
I
your?
am
Yeah, she,
Okay.
we're giving her some
I'm ready.
space.
Well, first of all, you get that out. There is a reminder from the Chamber of Commerce. Those newsletter items for members are due today. If you have an item that you want in their weekly newsletter, get that over to Chloe at the office today, or you can email that at info@chawila.org. There you go.
Okay, today is Wednesday, July 2nd, and that just doesn't seem possible.
It doesn't
but
seem
I
possible.
am wearing red, white, and blue in
you
honor.
are. You look
Nice.
so fabulous in your
Yep.
little necklace there.
Yeah, Gino, we used to sell these.
Oh, how
Gino,
fun.
Yeah,
Okay.
made it. My
I just
little-
realized you and I are matchy-matchy. We're wearing the same shirt today.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that soon.
So we have soft pickleball up at the golf course, and I just found out that they're starting at 8 instead of 8:30 because it's so warm.
Wow.
that
okay.
makes sense.
Yep. And so you can
Soft
show
pickleball.
soft pickleball, and you can check their Facebook page, Chawila Pickleball Club, to find out what else is going on because they have all kinds of fun things. And also tonight is bingo at Fired Up Pizza from 6 to 7 every week. And does it go longer than 7? Do they?
I don't think so. They stop.
Oh, they do. Oh.
Yeah, because it's a.
Because, what if you get excited and you want to play longer? I don't know. I just wondered about that, an hour. Okay, anyway. Anything else on
I didn't
on
even hear what
today?
it was.
Bingo at Fired
Oh,
Up
yeah,
Pizza.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Sorry.
Yeah. Anything else today that we should be remembering?
I don't have anything else on my calendar here. Oh,
Okay.
I have a big flyer open.
Okay. Then tomorrow, though, which is Thursday, July 3rd, we start the AAA American Legion. Are you?
I'm sorry. I did. There are other things tonight. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Look at that.
Gosh,
Oh
is
my
he listening
gosh.
to us or
No.
I
don't
I had a big poster open. And I couldn't figure out how to
He
get
was
it to
distracted
close.
by his poster.
He did come in and say that he didn't sleep right and that his brain was not
My
working
brain
this
is
morning.
my brain is not on today. My coffee's still too hot to drink.
Okay, so let's finish
Oh,
with
the
today.
Chawila Valley Lions Club. They are meeting at the American Legion at 5:30 to 6:30.
Okay.
And did you get the city council meeting?
It's been canceled.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, they're not. I'm sure I read that they're not having it because of the 4th of July weekend. They're having their regular one
Oh,
on
okay.
the 3rd
you know what?
week.
That makes sense. So don't show up at the city council meeting tonight because it ain't happening.
Okay. Well,
Okay,
that's
don't confuse people.
Sorry.
Okay.
okay. Well, I mean, that's why I don't have it on because that's what I read somewhere.
Sorry.
I hope I'm right.
Sorry. Sharon's gonna beat me after
I was
the
just
show.
going to say,
No,
Sharon
no.
said so it's
Anything-
not happening. Okay.
Anything else happening today, Chuck?
No.
Okay. Now we're going to go into tomorrow,
Sorry.
Thursday, July 3rd. And it's the start of the American Legion baseball wood bat tournament. There are 30 teams participating. It's all over at Post Falls, but we've got a team from Chawila that has been doing very well, and I have a grandson playing on it. So I'm shouting out. It's July 3rd, 4th, and 5th at tournament. So
Very
Oh, how
cool.
fun.
Yeah.
So
okay.
that's specifically with wooden bats instead
Yep,
of the
they
aluminum
have
bats.
to use wood bats. And last year I went to some of the games. I'm not going to be able to go this year, but there are broken bats because that's what happens when
Oh,
you're
yeah.
playing baseball with a wood bat.
You know, I growing up playing Little League, we used aluminum bats, so I understand. But
Yeah.
it's not when you go to a baseball game, and I like going to baseball games; they're fun. There's nothing. When you hear the tink, it's not quite the same as that
you wanna
crack
hear
of
the
a wooden
crack.
bat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. I love
Yeah.
it.
And tomorrow also, senior bunko
Get to
on
the bunker.
second. Oh, that's not right because tomorrow's not the 2nd or 4th. No, that's not right.
Uh-oh.
So ignore that,
Cross,
guys.
right?
Yeah.
She got out the red pen and everything.
But the 1st and 3rd Thursday, which tomorrow is the first Thursday, is Chula Valley Springdale Senior Club meeting at Valley from 10 to 3. Now, we assume that's happening. It's not the 4th of July. We assume that they're still doing that. And on Thursdays, they have now this summer a girls' pickleball for girls only at 5:30 at the golf course.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, girls includes women of all
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
ages. Yeah, yeah. And then we have the Oasis karaoke with DJ JD from 8:30 to 11:30 every week over at the Oasis, and it's the first Thursday art walk, and we're going to talk a little bit about that.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
So, and who is our special artist?
All right. So today, do you want me to do it, or do you have it?
I have it, but you go ahead.
All right. Oh, you know what? This one I pulled up. It was my poster that was blocking me. It was for just the Spotlight Gallery,
Okay.
and that's happening at the Aaron Huff Memorial Center, put on by a collaboration between the Arts Guild and the Creative District, and that's going to be featuring the contemplative and gracefully rendered paintings of Karen Starkey, and the beautifully crafted fine leather works of Lynn Cassidy with a wee bit leather. And we also have you know what? I'm bad. I don't have his name in front of me, but we're gonna have a busker out there. Out
fun.
front, yeah, we got live music. There's gonna be live music happening at Fired Up Pizza as well. And I will. Are you looking? Are you looking for the info?
No, I can't.
No, I'm just
Oh.
looking at
She's
this-
looking at her
this-
thing.
this-
Oh, it's the
Yeah.
same one. The same one I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Okay, here, I have
we
it,
have
I have
the
it.
artist featured on Tim for the art walk.
Yeah, I have it. So that's going to feature Gina Fruin at the Trails End Gallery. There's also going to be the plein air exhibits. Going to be at the Yale Press
Nice.
and the Trails End Gallery, and they're going to be making the announcement of the winner from the People's Choice Award.
Oh.
Yeah, don't say it out
almost said
loud.
who it was.
Don't say it out loud.
Oh. Okay, good. Thank you.
All right. Then, of course, Karen Starkey and Lynn Cassidy are going to be at the Spotlight Gallery. And our very own Blake Weirs is going to be showing his art again at the Quartzsite Brewing,
Oh, fun. Nice.
which is a
And-
lot of fun.
I just want to mention not all the sponsors, but look at the independent, look at the sponsors. Tell the sponsors when you go there. I see that you are supporting the First Thursday art walk, and
Yep.
you're supporting First Thursday. We really appreciate it. Some people don't think that the arts are support the community.
Yeah.
Oh, they
And-
absolutely
really
support
do.
the
They do.
community.
They
Yeah.
support
Yeah.
businesses. They
They support businesses. Yes,
There's
it's
a
integral part of this community.
a stat recently. I think it was close to 15%. The creative economy in the state of Washington makes up about 15% of our state's economy, and it's in the
Yeah.
billions of dollars.
Yeah.
And it's not. There's this sort of misnomer that it's just the art galleries or just the places selling art or the musicians. No, it's all the support businesses.
Yeah.
You know, it goes down to the gas stations. People come to your area to see see what you have going on. They're going to stop at the
People
gas
for
station and get gas.
rehearsals.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
people coming for rehearsals
Yeah,
have to stop
exactly.
and get gas and maybe pick up dinner or
Exactly.
go grocery shopping or go,
Yeah,
shopping at
yeah,
one of the
it
local,
just
pick
really
up their
puts-
prescriptions. Yeah.
A boost into your economy
It really
to have
does.
this. And we need to thank our sponsors
Yeah.
for all kinds of things. Okay. So,
Ah,
well, what are you doing?
hitting the wrong button.
Anything
Hey,
else
Ryan.
about First Thursday Art Walk that you want to include?
No, that's about all we have
Okay.
here.
Then Friday is July 4th. We have no chamber because it is July 4th, even though it's on the calendar, but we're taking the day off. It says adult pickleball on Friday, but I don't know whether they're doing it or not.
Right. Our
you know.
pickleballers will let us know.
Yeah.
But we're having a very important farmers market on the
Farmers
4th
market.
of July,
Yes.
starting
Yes,
early,
yes.
10 a.m. instead of 11.
Yep. And yesterday or last week we found out about the museum, and we just want to highlight that
Yeah.
that for the summer it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and so on Friday it'll be open from 10 to 4.
Exactly.
Okay. And I
And
know
it is
that-
going to be open on 4th of July.
well, I don't know, but that's what it says.
Okay.
Friday.
Very
I
cool.
don't know. And if they aren't, they should be.
Right.
Yeah. And then, then we're going to go to Saturday,
Mhm.
and that has the Walt Goodman Historical Museum is open from 10 to 4.
Perfect.
And do you have anything else for Saturday the
Yeah,
5th?
we also have a notice from the Loon Lake Historical Society, the Old
Okay.
Schoolhouse Museum, the gift shop, and the history room. They're open every Saturday until September 27th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can go there and find out all the cool stuff. They've been doing so much work to get that place ready.
Yeah.
And you can also add your family history to their archives,
Oh,
which
how
is a cool
fun.
thing. Yeah.
How
Right,
fun.
and keep an accurate history of the people here in Chihuahua.
Yeah, yeah.
Keep a close eye on them.
Okay,
Yeah.
then Sunday, July 6th, we have all ages blues jam from 4 to 7 at Fired Up Pizza with the dinosaurs. And the museum is open from 1 to 3. We're going to be plugging that all summer down.
I'm gonna go,
long.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I went the other day and it really is changed. It's totally different. They've rearranged stuff and it's
Very
just
cool.
really nice. Yeah.
I need to get in there too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go check it
You
out.
do.
I do.
Okay,
100%.
then on Monday, July 7th, we have pickleball, 8 o'clock again at the golf course. We have single deck pinochle at the senior center every Monday at 5 p.m. And then next week, from the 7th on, we have Stage Time Theater Summer School. And it starts on Monday. Registration will start at 8. They'll be there at 8, and the school starts at 9. So, and it's called Boxes and Hats.
Now,
So-
are there still spots open for that?
Oh, yeah.
You know, okay.
Oh,
perfect.
yeah. And you can go on to the Center for the Arts website, which is Center for the Arts,
Yeah.
and download the paperwork, or you can come in that morning and get your paperwork. Now, for summer school, if your child has been in the Stage Time Theater, we let you pull the paperwork, their liability sheets and you have to have a new registration, new conflict sheet. But we let you pull the other paperwork, read through it, initial it, make any signs, and we use that. So you don't have to go through pulling it.
And fill out all that paperwork
Fill it
again.
all again
Nice,
for the
okay.
summer, which is kind of nice on parents. Then I'm just going to talk a little bit about during that weekend. Okay, I'm not going to talk about the ordinary things that are happening next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay.
Because that's going on. But we're going to go into the weekend. July
So the 12th, yeah.
11th and 12th. Okay.
Yep.
On the 11th starts the Mike Carpenter Memorial Tournament, and that's a 10-age and a 12-age Little League tournament, and that will be a 2-day tournament in Chihuahua. And if you were here for Chautauqua, you know that that tournament is amazing. They bring people and teams from all over to be in that two-day tournament, and they're doing that again. And then the 12th, July 12th.
Yes.
We
What could
start
be
the
happening?
morning at 8 a.m. with the Chihuahua Cougars Ice Cream Fun Run.
Mm-hmm. The
And
5K.
yes, and that is the 5th annual 5K run. And let's see. It says you can register. Oh, where does it
Now,
run?
I know they started doing bowls of ice cream with that, right? That they would run
Yeah.
with, and didn't they move to popsicles because it was a little easier?
I don't know. I don't know, but it's called the Ice Cream Fun Run. So
Does that help at all?
I don't know. Can you read any of
I
that?
guess, yeah. It's like the blind leading the blind over here.
Okay.
There we
It's
go.
at the Jenkins High School, junior senior high school. That's where it starts, and it's the 5th annual 5K run. So if you're a runner, and I'm sure you could walk too if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
So
And they say you register the day of the race,
You
so please
can,
include
yeah.
time to register.
yep, and it's $15, which is very inexpensive. Then also on the 12th we have the 2nd annual Pickle Fest.
Whoa.
Pickle Fest.
Yes, at the Chihuahua Court Center up at the golf course, and it's pickleball. It's $10 for a member and $20 for non-members, and the first 32 players. So if you want to be in that 2nd annual pickleball contest, you got to be one of the first ones, and that's at 9 a.m. up at the golf course.
Wow.
Wow.
And then
And then
Tron.
we have, let's see. Now, this is a little confusing to me. it says in the Children's Art Festival flyer, it says it's from 9 a.m. to 4:30, but the Summerfest Festival flyer says it's from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. So
Well, the children's festival starting a little bit earlier than
Okay.
they're both running together at the same
Right,
time, and we've
right.
combined them together. And I think the Children's Art Festival is starting a little earlier. You're looking at me.
no,
confused.
I'm
Okay.
wanting
people-
your
we're just dropping
information.
off our
Yeah,
children?
yeah, we're
Like-
waiting.
We're going to drop off all of our children at
Yeah.
9 and walk away.
There you go.
No,
no,
don't
so-
do that.
And that includes
Right there.
the Stage Time Theater. They're going to be doing that presentation of boxes and hats.
Not at 9 a.m.
No, not at 9
Well,
a.m. But
9
that's going to
a.m.
be
it says easel painting.
yeah. The presentation
And
of their
weaving.
boxes and
weaving.
hats is actually, I believe, going to run twice that day. The first one is at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing the opening ceremony at 9:45 to kick things off for Summerfest. Then they're going to be doing their show, and then the main stage starts at 10:15 with the Craig Meyer Singer Showcase, and then we're going to have a little changeover, and then Danny Bacon, an
Fun.
amazing young
Yeah,
country
she's
singer.
great.
She's going to be singing. Then we have Planetary Refugees, Zach Pass. The winner of 2025's Chihuahua's Got Talent, Matthew Tippich, is going to be on stage for a full hour. We're looking forward to that. He's going to bring about 1,000 instruments that he's going to be playing. All right, then we have Matthew Tippich. Oh, no, I already said
You
that.
just said
Sorry.
that one? Uh-huh.
Infusion. David Bergman, Oli, Dave Bergman, Lynn Miner. They're going to be bringing a mix of funk and fusion. And then we're going to end things off at the end of the night, bringing back Nate Ostrander. He's going to be our final act for the night. There's going to be all kinds of fun events, vendors. There's so much happening. I can't even begin to
and
start to list
I'm
it.
going to go back to the Children's Art
Yeah, yeah.
Festival. At 9 o'clock, besides the easel painting, weaving, a dominoes exhibition. I think that would be interesting.
Right.
Hula hoop.
Lei relays.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Hawaiian lays. They'll have-
And,
yeah.
and rock painting. So you've got your choice. And those things are all day long, some of them, or all morning, some of them. So you don't have to be there right at 9 o'clock for some of those. And then we have the stage time show. And then we have a shaving cream marbling.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a lot of fun,
Yeah, I've
actually,
done
and
that
it's
before.
easy. It's
And
the
what do they
easiest-
do?
Well, you put shaving cream in a vessel. I usually use like a baking dish, and then you put dye in it, paint in it, and then you have you have your toothpick or whatever, and you gently swirl it. You don't want to mix it too much because then it just gets all muddy. But you gently swirl, and then you get your paper and you lay it on top of the inked shaving cream, and then you pull it off. And it makes a marbling effect on the paper, and you scrape off the shaving cream, and you're left with this really cool
Wow.
design. Yeah, we
You
used
can,
to
you
do
can
that.
do it with fabric, too.
Yeah. Do you know what
Very
else?
cool.
Do you know what else shaving cream is good for?
Shaving.
Shaving your face?
No, it's good for cleaning desks. There are teachers at the school that they walk around and when they're cleaning their desks, they just spray on shaving cream. The kids wipe it all
Oh,
over.
how funny.
And then they wipe it off and it cleans the desks.
That's
kind of
awesome.
fun.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun.
Okay, and also then we have Picasso masks, which should be interesting. Leather zipper pulls. That's by Lynn Cassidy,
Oh, cool.
our featured artist that we have on Thursday too. And then we have a beeswax modeling. I'm not sure what that is.
Mine's your
and-
beeswax.
Your
Yeah.
beeswax is very pliable, so you can make stuff out of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And watercolor painting and pronounce
Haiku.
it. Haiku
Yeah.
collage. Yeah. They've
Haiku
got things
collage.
going on
think you-
all day.
I think you take words, like I've seen it before, where you cut out words like out of magazines
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff,
yeah, yeah,
and you add your photos and stuff.
Like,
together
how
with
do you
your
make
haikus.
a poem collage? I was like, wait a minute.
Very
Yeah.
easily.
So it's going to be a busy day
It
with
is
the
gonna be a
kids
busy day.
festival and the music
And
on the
that
main
doesn't
stage and the
include-
vendors and the food.
And then out at Mystiquois, they're having a bike show and swap meet on that day, starting at 11 a.m. And there'll be motorcycles, food, fun, the loudest pipes competition.
Oh my!
And it says earn your share of $3,000 in prizes.
Oh, so we bring your bagpipe. and, oh, not that kind of pipes.
Not
Okay.
that kind of
Right.
pipe.
Okay.
These
I
are
think we will
bikes.
hear those pipes, right?
Yeah.
We'll hear
Right?
them.
And then also that day, Splish Splash.
Bish bash, I was taking a bath.
Yes, the Chewilla Valley Lions Club is doing the Rubber Duck Regatta.
Oh, this is my favorite
Yeah.
ever. I can't
And
believe we haven't been talking more about this.
Yep,
I'm glad you
and
brought that up because
it's
I was like, oh, we can't forget to talk about the duck
Right?
regatta.
It starts at 4 p.m. and there are first, second, and third prizes.
Mm-hmm.
And you buy your duck. And I understand this year that you can also buy a something that it's a shooter that you can push the
No way.
yeah
Seriously?
and
You can
whether
poke
it's
your
an
duck?
air thing or something to make your duck go faster or something.
Oh,
you know,
that's cool.
for extra
That is
money. That's what they were
hysterical.
saying. Yeah,
Mayhem.
Yeah,
Mayhem.
total mayhem. Total mayhem.
And the funds raised from that go to the Anna Schindler Foundation,
Yes,
which is a great foundation. They provide clean, safe, sanitized housing for families
read it.
whose children are going through cancer treatment.
Yeah.
Those kids, they can't travel back and forth. They need to stay there near the hospital. The family needs to stay there. If they want to visit, they need housing that's under specific, clean, sterilized
Yeah.
procedures. And this housing provides a place for their family to go to be with their kids while they're undergoing treatment.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
a
very cool
important-
foundation.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
cool
yeah.
foundation. And let me just say it again, Rubber Duck Regatta. I mean, come
Right?
on. I had so much fun last year. I did a live stream running along the side of the riverbank trying to see whose duck was
do
winning.
they have a
It was
symphony
quite the
orchestra
spectacle.
there? Because that's what it sounds like, a regatta. You know.
Awesome.
Ah.
And then just a couple more things because we
Okay.
have our guest here.
Yep. We want to highlight coming up some activities.
Yes.
The Tempest.
The
will be-
Tempest.
It's a free event, but we will gladly take your donations for the theater, and that is July 19th and 20th. Center Stage Productions, and it will be in the back of Center Stage,
Yes.
along the creek.
on the green.
Yes.
Shakespeare
On
on
the
the green.
And we will have a temporary stage back there, and if that works well, we will be putting up a permanent stage back there, which
Very
is
cool.
kind of fun. We'll
So-
have to raise money for that, but you know.
Right? Super exciting.
Yeah.
So you can actually go on Facebook and search for Chewilla Shakespeare on the Green, and you can like that page, and that will take you to the events where you can let us know you're coming. And we also have a website. So if you go to ChewillaShakespeareOnTheGreen.com, you can go on the website and check out everything and find out all the news about the show and find some interesting ways to sponsor the show. Again, the seats are free, but you can still become a sponsor if you're interested. If you make a donation of $20 or more, you have the opportunity to reserve a seat in exchange for your sponsorship. So if you know you're not going to get there early enough to save a seat and you really, really want to and you definitely want to go onto the website. You can make a donation, become one of our sponsors, and you can let us know. As a thank you, we'll save some seats for you, and you just let us know how many seats you need there. So very, very exciting. There will be places for people to lay down their blankets and sit as well. And we're going to put out all those white chairs. So there's,
And
300 chairs?
No, we have 250.
Oh, 250
so
chairs.
Some people last year brought lawn chairs, and if you want to bring your lawn chair, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah.
You might not be able to sit up as close. You might sit in the back or up on the hill.
Or
but-
on the sides?
or on
Yeah.
the
I was
side.
just thinking I'm going to bring my lawn chair this year.
Right?
But
Well, you won't be able to go
Yeah.
up in the front again then.
Yeah, 'cause-
but
Yeah.
he's in the show. He
Oh, that's
can't
not
bring
going to
it
work.
along.
Wait a minute, Chuck.
even Paula was like, yeah, go ahead.
You did not get that,
I did
did
not.
you? Oh, that
my
is too
goodness.
funny.
It is going to be awesome.
It is. It's a lot of fun. It's a fun play.
Yep, yep.
All right.
All right. Yeah, are you guys ready?
And
Yeah,
that's-
I'm ready.
That's it.
All right,
Oh,
let's go
the
ahead.
one
Oh,
other
okay,
thing
okay.
would be the Teen Conservatory will be
Oh,
doing
yes.
Anne of Green Gables.
Ryan's back there waiting so patiently.
Yeah, August
He's
31st.
back there taking a nap.
I mean, July 31st, not August. Yeah.
Right? So July 31st, Annie of Green Gables.
Yep.
And it's performing the 31st, the 1st, and the 2nd.
Very
The
cool.
Teen Conservatory. And they did a fabulous job last year with Little Women. And they're doing Annie of Green Gables this year in the round, which is going to
Yes.
be really,
Yes.
really exciting.
Yep.
So, yeah, okay, that's it. Now I'm quiet.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead. We're going to take a moment and listen to some news. Thank our sponsors. We'll be right back after this for the KCHW Morning Show right here on KCHW 102.7. Stick around, everybody.
It's 8:17.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from
Colville Toyota. Colville Toyota, located at 160 West 3rd Avenue in Colville, offers new and used vehicle sales and service. Vehicle sales is open 8:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, with a Toyota Express Maintenance Center open 7:30 a.m. till 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. More information on Colville Toyota's vehicle inventory and services is available at colvilletoyota.com. A small-town dealership with a big heart.
And by
Chihuahua Flooring.
Chihuahua Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chihuahua Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Dell Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chihuahuaflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chihuahuaflooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, Wednesday, July 2nd, 2025. I'm Farah Siddiqui. The U.S. Senate has passed President Donald Trump's domestic agenda bill by the narrowest possible margin, 50-50, with Vice President J.D. Vance casting the tie-breaking vote. The package includes a wide range of policy priorities and now heads to the House, where a close vote is also expected. In other news, Columbia University has agreed to pay $9 million to settle a class action lawsuit from students. They say the school submitted inaccurate data to the U.S. News and World Report, boosting its national ranking and leading to higher tuition. Columbia said it regrets past reporting errors but did not admit wrongdoing. And now the Arkansas Space Grant Consortium at the University of Arkansas at Little Rock will use an $800,000 NASA grant to train students in STEM education and aerospace research. Frida Ross has more.
18 colleges and universities across the state are part of the consortium. Director Constance Meadors says the program trains students to work for NASA as well as preparing them to work in the local aerospace industry.
We really focus on workforce development, skills development, and training. So we look to see how we can meet the needs of NASA, but also our goal is to meet the needs of the state of Arkansas.
Farm-linked organizations, including one from Minnesota, are ratcheting up legal pressure over canceled federal grants. They say projects designed to create a fair and sustainable food production system are being shortchanged. Mike Moen reports.
The Institute for Agriculture and Trade Policy is part of a newly filed lawsuit that says the USDA under the Trump administration unlawfully terminated a host of grants. The Institute's Aaron McKee says its funding was for an outreach project to elevate the voices of people in agricultural systems often shut out of farm program decisions. The grant was for 2 years, and McKee says they were close to finalizing materials.
We feel like this is rolling back a lot of progress towards a fairer food system.
The USDA says the grants went to programs promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion and were no longer consistent with department priorities.
Artificial intelligence is expected to significantly change people's lives, and New Mexico State University is meeting the challenge by offering the state's first AI degree.
The higher ed institution located in Las Cruces will introduce the state's first Bachelor of Science degree in AI starting in fall 2026. College of Arts and Sciences Dean Enrico Pontelli felt AI shouldn't only be taught at Ivy League schools, but made accessible to learners in New Mexico. He says no matter what kind of job you have, learning a bit about AI is essential.
We see a lot of students that come to college. They understand something about AI, but they don't understand how to use it properly. So AI can be a great tool to learn. Use AI as your companion to help you, not to replace you.
I'm Roz Brown.
This is Public News Service. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell told senators the central bank might have already cut interest rates this year, if not for the economic effects of recent tariff policies. As housing costs continue to squeeze Ohio families, Youngstown's mayor warns that out-of-state landlords are pushing many out of their homes, undermining children's health, education, and futures. Eviction filings remained above pre-pandemic levels this June, adding pressure to families already struggling with rising rents. Youngstown Mayor Jamel Tito Brown says institutional landlords are buying up homes and hiking rents, displacing families and forcing them into overcrowded living situations, or what he calls hidden homelessness.
Corporations coming in and buying multiple properties, they're raising the monthly rent 3 times as much. Now we're pushing those individuals what we call homeless, the homeless and unaccounted for, where now I have to live with my parents or my relative because I can't afford the rent.
A new Indiana law starting this week allows school board candidates to list their political affiliation on the ballot. Joe Ullery reports.
Candidates may choose to register with a political party as independents or not disclose any affiliation. Those who don't select will have a blank space next to their name. Those opposed to the new law say it injects unnecessary politics into a role traditionally focused on education. Leslie Jacobs is on the school board for Fayette County School Corporation in Connorsville.
In my 10 years, I couldn't tell you the political leanings of anybody on my board. Never comes up. Our discussions are purely about educational opportunities, picking a superintendent, looking at budget.
She warns requiring party labels might discourage qualified candidates from running. Supporters of the new law say it increases transparency.
While President Donald Trump's budget bill took another step forward Tuesday, it would end some tax credits that one Kansas manufacturer says are vital to American competitiveness abroad. More from Zamone Perez.
Kurt Nikens runs a company that manufactures electric yard hostlers, chargers, and battery storage systems in Kansas City. He explains his industrial customers use the $40,000 tax credit to help purchase his all-electric yard hostlers for loading and unloading cargo. Senate Republicans voted to cut that tax credit by September. Nikens says EV manufacturers and renewable energy companies in general frequently compete with Chinese manufacturers, who are subsidized by their government.
If we don't support clean energy from materials to manufacturing to assembly, even clean energy products all the way up to vehicles in this bill, then we are really handing dominance to China for all of that.
Policies like the EV tax credits from President Joe Biden's Inflation Reduction Act have been in the Trump administration's crosshairs. Republican lawmakers have argued that market competition should be the driving force on which vehicles, electric or gas, people drive.
This is Farah Siddiqui for Public News Service, a member and listener supported, heard on interesting radio stations, your favorite podcast platform, and you can find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
KCHW is online at kchw.org. Listen to the live stream, find out about station events, memberships, local weather, and volunteering. You're listening to KCHW 102.7.
Maybe don't do that on the
Getting it out of the way.
Oh, hey.
Silence.
All
Let's take a moment of silence.
Come on, boy.
I did. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm late. I had to run out and water the horses.
Oh my gosh. You know what? Actually, I saw a horse from my house the other day.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. Every once in a while, there's a wonderful family on the end of, I don't know what that street is, but they have horses and they ride somewhere, but then they come back and like I have a moment where I think I'm hallucinating because I see this horse. I'm like, what just walked by? And then I have to run out and I'm all excited.
Yep. Once in a while, you do see that. And
It's like, I love
horses,
small
tractors, you know,
Right.
all
yeah.
kinds of things.
Well,
Oh,
we
I love
have
it.
Ryan from the farmer's market. He rode his horse in here this morning.
Yay! See, I knew
Join
I
us
heard
on the
the
morning
whinny.
show.
You bet.
So
Yep.
good morning, Ryan. How are you today?
I'm good. I was really grateful for the stack of hay outside.
Right?
My horse is very happy about that.
That was for you, Ryan.
Oh,
We didn't tell you we provide our guests with snacks in the morning?
Hopefully, hopefully he leaves some for me then.
Good. I appreciate that. Well, thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah. The market this year has been a huge hit.
Amazing.
Thank you.
I didn't join in on that, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
I wish
wait.
that would have been
so
more planned.
amazing.
Wait. 1, 2, 3.
Amazing.
There we go.
All right. Don't do it again. It'll go to my head.
Right. No, it's been really great.
Amazing,
and
amazing.
I believe I know you've you send out some emails after the events, and
Yeah.
tell everyone, give some people some updates and some numbers. And some of the numbers that you put out were the most since you've been at the market, but it feels like those are probably all-time records. It's hard to say because I don't know, but do you have any
Yeah.
information on that? Did you find out more?
I do, yeah. We've had a couple of days that have been, as far as overall sales at the market goes, we've had a couple of days that are actually the largest that the market has ever seen.
Wow.
Which is incredible.
Can you get a little closer to that mic there?
Yeah.
Sorry, you gotta swallow that thing, man.
I know, yeah. Sorry.
That's okay.
Let me just get this here.
There we go.
Yeah, we've had a couple of days that have been incredible. I mean, every day has been incredible. Right now, the market is tracking to beat last year by about 44% if we continue on our current trend, which is
44%.
That is
44%,
huge.
which is it's a huge number. It's a testament, in my opinion, and what I always tell our vendors is it's a testament to the hard work that they're doing. At their homes and at their farms. The promise to continue to bring an incredible product to our community, and really, it doesn't happen without our community showing up and showing out, and being excited about what these vendors are bringing.
Yeah.
So I have been really excited to see the success of the market this year, mostly because a successful market means a successful entrepreneur. All the way across the board, and really what I am super excited about in that is it's drawn a lot of young people.
Yes, it has.
To the market, both as customers and consumers, but also as vendors. We've seen quite a few more young people coming and wanting to dip their toes into the entrepreneurial spirit. And actually, this is why my throat is so scratchy. I just took 30 middle schoolers to a youth camp. I help run the Young Life Club in Chihuahua, and we just took a bunch of kids down to camp, and at that camp, actually, I had a number of kids saying, "Hey, Ryan, can we come do stuff at the market? Like, I want to do a lemonade stand, or I want to do this, or I want to do that." And it kind of got me thinking, and I've been talking with some of our board members. We're in the none of this is for sure yet, but we are at the ground level of starting a youth entrepreneurial program that would kind of foster our young people and give them an opportunity to come alongside some business owners that have been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
Get some secrets to the way things are done, some good ideas as far as how to build a business and what you need to do. And then offers them a space at a discounted rate for them to come to the market and sell all summer long, and see if that's something they want to do. So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, really excited about that.
That was something I have thought for a long time. We just need some additional things for our youth, and I can't say I expected the entrepreneurial bug to have zapped some of these kids, and it just hasn't. It's been so great.
Well,
that is fantastic.
Yeah, and I think it's exciting that you have more than just food products.
Yeah.
It almost, I walk through there and it gives us, I know people talk about Chautauqua, but it gives you a Chautauqua feel.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
because
this year
you have the
specifically.
crafts and you have the food area and, and Chautauqua was one weekend. Yes, it was a great deal of fun,
This is
great deal of
every
work.
week. Yeah.
But this is every single
Yeah.
week and how fun that is. And what are we going to go eat this week at the farmer's market?
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
We
I tell you that the donut lady, the donut family, not being there for 2 weeks in a row, that was painful.
They will be back this week. They will be back. Conrad has some family in Pennsylvania, and they go and visit. They go and visit that family at least once a year, and it normally happens during market season, and it sucks for me. It sucks for all of us.
Tell them to go visit in the wintertime.
Oh
Come
my
on.
God!
We
Walking
need our
around the
donuts.
farmer's market like I was going from the house to an appointment in Spokane, and I'm walking around the farmer's market looking for my donut.
Yeah, talk about feeling naked when you don't have the donut people there. It's like you're trying to hide. And
Right?
cover up. People are like, "Where's donuts?" You're like, Sorry.
She did because she said she couldn't help at the market, last week. But then she showed up. I'm like, hey, what are you doing here? She had this this like absent look on her face, like she was in shock. She's like, I'm looking for the donuts.
They weren't here last week. They're not here this week.
Yeah, it's.
Have you seen my donuts?
It's always a tough week when they're gone. And actually, this year, of course, they were gone for 2. So it really killed some spirits. But they will be back this week. In fact, this week just being the 4th of July, I'll just get it out there early. You guys have already said it once, but for one weekend only, and I believe maybe one of the very few times it's ever happened, the market's going to shift its hours from 10 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon. So it actually only shaves about 30 minutes total off of the day, which I think is pretty slick. And what it does is allows those of you who are headed up north to go to a family barbecue or out to the river, offers you that extra hour to be able to stop in real quick. Or not real quick if you're feeling like grabbing some food or checking out what some vendors have. And then at noon, we have the 4th of July celebration. We're going to have Senator Shelley Short. Say that 6 times fast.
Right.
Senator Shelley Short.
That is hard to say. Yeah.
See, you almost say a bad word.
Shelley Short. No, I wouldn't. Shelley Short, right?
Yeah. Senator Shelley Short is going to come and say a few words at the market. Last year we had Andrew Engel, and he did a phenomenal job. I'm excited to hear what Shelley has for us.
She's good.
Yeah, I've heard.
I really like her.
I don't know Shelley, but this was I believe Debbie Barbie got this one set up for us, and through her many various connections that she has, and I'm excited to have her. So
nice.
It should be good. That'll happen at noon. We'll have the singing of the national anthem. Shelley will speak for a bit. I think we'll have a couple of patriotic songs that will be sung, and then I debated whether or not to say this, but I am going to say it just to warn people.
Warn people.
Council member Tim Dollar is going to bring down his cannon and blow it off a few times.
Wait a minute. Where is he aiming the cannon?
Well, there's not going to be any ball in it or anything. He's just going to put in the powders that make it go boom.
Oh, my God.
And I believe point it back towards the amphitheater and bingo, bango, boom.
Well, that's one way to take care of the vandalism on that theater.
Hey. Well, we've been saying we need to rebuild that thing anyway.
He came and asked me. He's like, "Is it okay if I bring my cannon and shoot it?" And I'm like, "Dude, Tim. Go talk to Ryan because I'm not. I cannot confirm nor deny any approval for that."
I mean, maybe it's just because I'm a bit younger, but I was like, "Yes, please bring it." But also, it was kind of like, "Well, you're a council member, so if you get in trouble, it's your fault."
Your fault, yeah.
Right? So,
oh my gosh!
So,
okay, this is awesome.
Yeah, Craig McQueen comments on our Facebook. He says, "Good morning, Chuck, Paula, Sharon, and Ryan. The market was all abuzz last week. So inspiring to see."
It was.
Thank you.
And talking about our young entrepreneurs, the young lady who makes the bracelets, she's still
Mackenzie.
there.
Mackenzie Stout. She is. I don't have favorites, but if I did, Mackenzie would probably be in that top 3 of favorites.
I got to be right next to her last week, and that was a lot of fun.
I was going to say, I'm an early adopter of Mackenzie's bracelets because she used to go door to door. And so I was one of her early orders where she came and I had her make me some bracelets. And I still have her little bracelet. I have to put it on when I go to the market next time.
Last year when she came on, I kind of went, oh, okay, this is a 12-year-old girl who wants to make some bracelets. They are awesome. They are really high quality.
Yeah.
She sources all of her own stuff. Of course, her dad helped her get started, John. Really nice guy, John. If you need your lawn mowed or taken care of, John will help you out.
Talk about another hustling entrepreneur there.
Yeah,
with Stevens County Landscaping.
It's a very hard job, and boy, that guy hustles 100% of the time. But Friday mornings, he hoofs all the stuff in, he gets her set up, and then she doesn't need much. She just runs her business, and she runs it well. She runs it like a
business,
a veteran.
Yeah,
she does a good job, and her product is fantastic, and it's well priced.
And she's really she like, do you have a favorite color? What is your, what are you looking for? I mean, she really helps you. If you go looking for a bracelet, she can make a custom one, or she'll help you direct you to where, oh, you might like this one, or your daughter or your wife or, whoever might like this one.
Yeah.
She's really good.
She was one that went with us to that Young Life camp a week or so ago, and in the van as we're on our way, she's threading bracelets, and like kids are going crazy and yelling and screaming and singing songs, and she's back there like occasionally doing that, but also like threading a bracelet. I'm like, yo, work is done. We're going to camp, sister. Like, she's a lot of fun. Yeah, she just does a really great job. So
that's awesome.
I'm loving. And then our local, who is the rescue shelter that has a booth usually over in
the Colville Valley Animal Sanctuary.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good to see them over there and the services that they are doing.
Yeah,
really.
They last year, in fact, all year last year, she was telling me week after week, well, we haven't rehomed an animal yet, but we are just praying we're going to. And I believe early this year was their first time that they rehomed an animal from the market.
Oh, good.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's a great program. They do really good stuff down there. And whenever they are there, they're normally at the market twice a month. They have lots of things that they're doing, but they're at the market twice a month, and they bring cats every single time.
Nice.
And they do very reasonable spay clinics and vaccine clinics, and for the if you go to the vet, nothing against vets. I love our vet.
Yeah.
Because when I want my animal taken care of, but it can cost you $200 or $300 easy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's $80 just to walk in the door and say hi.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And so
So
they do
expensive
such
air.
a service for people who just can't afford that.
Well, and even if you can afford it, but you don't have time. So we did the last one, right? We talked about these clinics over and over again. I was like, okay, we're going to go check this out. It's coming time for our dogs need to have their updated vaccines anyway.
Yeah.
And so we got up early and we loaded our doggies in the car. And boy, they are so efficient. Yeah. You are in the car and you go up and they, one stop, they're giving you the paperwork. You fill this out. They give you a number. You go forward a little bit more. They take your paperwork, go forward a little bit more. You pay for your vaccines and they double check everything. Is this what you want? You go forward a little more. And the next thing you know, they're taking your dogs and they're bringing them back.
Next.
So, yeah, just incredibly,
Love it.
incredibly gracious. They were all very kind. I mean, they had to have been there. We got in line at 8:30 and they were already setting up lines and we were not first in line. So they were there probably at 7 getting everything set up, and everybody was still smiling. Colin is a corgi, and he takes it personally if everybody does not come and pet him. And so he barks a lot because he's like, hello, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm a corgi.
I take
You're
it
supposed
personally too.
Right?
Honestly.
Exactly. Right?
Well,
Okay.
especially if you're a corgi.
So,
How can you deny
right?
that?
Corgi at heart over here.
Right,
I'm just saying, right?
I
Okay,
can
so
see
he's
that.
like barking like a crazy puppy. And of course, the second that he goes out, he's like, okay, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Yeah.
But, nobody was like, oh man, these barking dogs. And of course, we're mortified and we're in the car with them. So we desperately want them to be quiet. Yeah. And they were I was so struck. They're dealing with different people every 5 seconds, and they were clean, they were gracious, they were kind. Yeah. Every dog came out of the clinic where they were getting their shots, tail wagging and happy. Nobody had the tail hiding or scared. I was very impressed.
Yeah, it's Janet and Zach West who
Yes,
are down
yes.
there at the market. And if this tells you anything about the top to bottom care that they have, just kind of as a culture at their sanctuary, Janet is actually the treasurer on their board of directors. And, I know all of us have served on boards and we know some really great people on boards, but not often do you see treasurers going down and really doing hand-on work. I mean, these guys really care about what they're doing. And they really care about these animals. They really care about good people getting good animals and loving them. And it's just really encouraging to see. They do a really good job.
And they are a nonprofit organization.
They are. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So they do it. They do it for the love of the animals.
They do.
I know. I do believe they do pay their vets, their staff vets, right? But I don't think they have the budget to pay them full
there's a
value.
lot of
They're-
volunteers.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a
of
lot of
volunteers. They're always
volunteers.
looking for more volunteers.
They
too.
are, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're handy with a needle, head on down.
No. No.
And I'm really I remember hearing that it was the first one that first animal they'd rehomed at the market, and
Yeah.
that was a shock to me.
Yeah.
Because every time I go there and they're there, I gotta go say hi to the cats, and
yeah.
they always have some
Mhm.
great personalities there, the
Oh,
cats,
yeah,
and
they do.
I can't believe they don't give away every animal they bring every single week.
I know. You know what's crazy
It's shocking
too is
to me.
I'm constantly pushing people out of the market who are standing there with signs saying free kittens or free this
Yeah.
or
Right.
free that, and not that I don't want your kittens to also get a good home, just with an open air market and food vendors and
Yeah.
different regulations, we just can't have random people there with animals. But even still on those days, I still see some people walking around with those animals, and
Yeah.
it just makes me wonder, did you know the sanctuary was there? Were did
Yeah.
I do a good enough job of putting them in a good spot so that you saw that they were there?
Yeah.
And that just makes me think and wonder for my own job to make sure I'm getting them maybe in a little better spot.
And
and
if you're
there
in the-
is. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna
I'm
say, if
sorry.
you're in the market for a cat, especially, the cats that come from there. They're well treated. They've got all their vaccines. They've got all
Yeah.
their medical care. They're
Yeah.
going to be, disease free, tick free,
Oh, yeah.
lice
Yeah.
free, or
Worms.
Wor-
So,
yeah,
yeah.
they're
Up
going to
on
be
their
dewormed.
shots,
They're
all
gonna
the
be-
things
yeah.
they need.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there is a homing fee, rehoming fee, or a homing
Fleas,
fee.
not lice.
Yeah.
But they also have specials and
Yeah.
for
Well,
people that
it's
can't quite
very
afford it.
very affordable. I mean, my
Yeah.
wife and I were looking at one of the cats that they had last year, and I think the rehoming fee on him, his name was like Chester. He did finally get rehomed. I checked in because I
Good.
loved him so much.
I think I
But,
remember Chester.
Yeah, he was just an incredible fluffy orange cat, and the rehoming fee, I believe, on him was $110.
Yeah.
So when you're looking at buying a new animal, it's expensive, right? It can be in the thousands of dollars sometimes,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
these are just like some of the most incredible animals that you can find in our area, well taken care of for a very, very nominal fee.
Well, and when you
look
talk
at it.
about they've been vaccinated,
Yeah.
you get a free kitten, and you then go to the vet or somewhere to get your vaccines. You're going to spend more than that.
Yeah.
Oh,
four or
big time.
$500
Big
easy.
time.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
With
With all the
rounds of
shots,
shots
and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very, very cool. Well, and I also wanted to highlight all of the amazing food vendors.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, and the produce and meat vendors.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, oh my gosh, you
Yeah.
can get all of your fresh meat, whether it's lamb or beef or pork or like everything,
Chicken,
right
yeah.
from one of the
Yeah, you've got right now. I've got, I believe, 3 meat processors. Inland Empire Beef, that's Bo, and he is incredible. He has some of the best pepperoni sticks you've ever had in your life.
I keep seeing kids walk around with
oh,
those,
yeah,
and I keep
yeah.
asking. I want to ask him, where'd you get those? But
Yeah, I
I
was
always
just gonna
forget.
say pepperoni sticks.
Bo, he does.
Yeah.
Bo Hinneman. He's a. Not only is he just an amazing farmer and rancher, he's just an all-around good guy.
Yeah.
And he sells a high-quality product. You have 1776 pastured farms. This is Hoku and her husband, who I can't remember his name. I want to say it's Cameron. But they are chicken processors, and one of the unique things about 1776 is they do chicken all quartered up. So normally you can go to a vendor and get a whole chicken. These guys are cutting their chickens into thighs and breasts and legs, and they still have the whole thing if you want it, but they're unique in that you can go and get whatever part of the chicken you specifically want. And then, of course, you
Two
have
faces.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and they just are incredible people. Hoku is always a joy to go talk to. She's got a smile on her face every time you see
Nice.
her. And then, of course, you have the famed River's Edge Ranch
Yes.
with Jennifer.
I love
and-
River's Edge Ranch.
Oh
yeah.
she has some really cool stuff. She's done some really unique things with. She's done some really unique things with her wool. She's got like wool cat litter and wool dryer balls and
she's got the ones that you put them in your planters.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
water retention.
Yeah,
they
for
taste
water
they
retention.
taste terrible.
Yeah,
I-
don't
yeah.
eat them. Don't eat them. They taste like a sheep,
Right.
which is not that great. But
How do you know what is? Never mind.
Yeah, they have lots and lots of meat though. They've got beef and they've got some pork and they've got lamb and they've got just all the things that you can think of, all the way down to dog food. They've got ground up dog food that they freeze and sell. And if you want to get your dog some premium meat based dog food, head on down to Jennifer.
Wow.
And,
They have a great website too.
I really enjoy. She's very knowledgeable with music.
She is,
and I've sat there probably way too long before just chatting with her about music and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
It's her and her son that are working there, right?
It's actually her and her brother.
Oh, that's her.
Oh, that's your brother.
I have done that a million until I knew. I did that as well, thinking, man, this must be her son. It's her brother.
Oh, but you can tell they're family.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, you knew. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, I have made that mistake. And speaking of music as well, I'll just mention this Friday we're going to have Tom McLean and his wife come down to the market. And Tom is just a plethora of every different type of music that you can think of. He plays piano and guitar, and his wife typically comes down and sings. And if you know Tom McLean, you know he knows every patriotic song you've ever heard or thought of, or I mean, the guy just knows it all. So he'll be down there on this Friday playing his music. And I will just mention as well, you know, if you are a musician, we want you. So reach out and let me know, and we'd love to have a conversation and maybe listen to what you've got and maybe have you come down to the market. That'd be cool.
Oh my gosh, that is awesome.
Speaking of musicians, Zach Pass is excited to see you all again soon. The 12th is coming soon. It is. Zach Pass is going to be performing for Summerfest. Really excited to have him.
Yeah.
Do you know Zach? Have you heard his music?
I've heard of Zach through you.
Yeah. Really, really phenomenal musician.
That's great.
He's got this deep sort of soulful voice, and just a wonderful human being. Really love the guy.
Love it. Yeah, love it. That's great.
Yeah, and then of course, talking about all the food, the prepared food. My gosh, there's so much great food there. I mean, there always is every year, but this year, and they're sort of dispersed within the market, which is new this year.
Yeah,
I love that.
I've actually heard a lot of good feedback about that.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you've heard good feedback. I've gotten a mix. It's always you never really know day to day what you're gonna get, but I have heard some good stuff. There's really two options with food. You can either put them there in that middle aisle, or you can put them along the highway there. And the problem we had last year was putting them along the highway like we had them last year was keeping folks from coming into the market.
Into the market, yeah. Just stop and get food and leave.
They would stop and grab food and leave, and that's great. I want you to still be able to do that, but maybe on your way into the food, something catches your eye, and you stop off and you grab something at another booth as well, and that's the hope. I did a little bit of reading in the off season, and I thought this was kind of funny actually. The study that I read on farmers markets said that if you build a circle, people are like cattle and they will follow the circle.
Yeah,
we do,
and we do. I mean,
we're animals just like the rest of them.
I can't tell you how many times I walk that circle all day long.
I was just gonna say I totally do it. I'm what's over here? Oh, look, there's something new over here.
Yeah, so we stuck food right in the middle, and then we just kind of created a circle around the food, and I think it's done pretty well this year, especially because this year's market is bigger than I think we've had in a number of years. Mm-hmm. We've averaged 44 vendors, averaged 44. If I had every vendor there that had applied and been approved, we would have 67 vendors there on market day, which would be unbelievable. I don't understand how I would even fit everyone in there.
Right?
What I would have to do. But last year on our first market, for instance, we had 28 vendors on the very first market. This year we had 43.
Nice.
Which is crazy. Last year our smallest market was 18 vendors. I mean, our smallest market this year has been 41.
Yeah.
So it's been pretty crazy. I know I will say this coming up week will be a little bit smaller. It will likely be our smallest market of the year. We'll probably only have about 36 vendors or so. At least that's what I'm planning
Which
on.
is still double your smallest last
Yeah, I
year.
was just going to say,
exactly.
yeah.
That was what I was going to say.
Yeah.
But just looking at it in retro, it is still double what we had last year, which is just really encouraging.
Notice there's even an extra row this year. There's the 2 down the middle and then the 2 on the outside. And before it's just, I've been there before where it's just the
just
2
the one
rows.
strip.
It's a circle. Yeah. I love it. And I have to do a shout out for the people that are bringing the plant starts, right? We have wonderful lettuce, and we have some our herbs are all doing really, really good. All the plants we got from the people at the market are doing very well.
That's great.
And so that's super exciting. And then I have to do a shout out for Jergens. Every time I need a birthday present or something, especially for a little kid, I go over to, the Jergens and I'm like, hey, what new dragon do you have? What do you got over there?
They do the 3D
Right?
printing. They made us our little guitar. It's
Yes.
It's a little, it's like a busker guitar that we use for our little donation bin.
Yep. They
Right?
made us. They
And
made
then-
us a card holder for my business cards. They've made front porch. They made them some. If you look on tables throughout the market, there's a good number of those business card holders that are sitting on desks, and Jergens has, out of the kindness of their heart, made them for all the vendors there at the market.
Oh, that's awesome.
I always try to keep some of their business cards propped up against there. So
Yeah,
people
so that
ever
people
comment,
know,
I'm like, here, this is their card.
This
They're
is
right
who
over
made
there.
it. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So
And then the lady who makes all of the cloth things, she makes the little zipper bags, and she makes
Ina. Yeah.
She's awesome. Daniel and Xander got me for my birthday, I don't know, last year, one of her zipper pouches that I used for my cards.
Yep.
And I had to go find her and get another one to match because I'm like, I have too many cards from my thing and I keep digging through it. So I need a second one for and it's not even important cards. It's not like a bunch of credit cards, but it's like, you have to have your dad's card and you've got to have your Rosie's card and you've got to have your, all the different miscellaneous, right?
I keep my dad's card at Dad's. They hold on to it for me so
They
I don't
do
lose
that?
it. Yeah.
Oh
I've
my
got like 20 dad's
gosh.
cards, and I
Yeah.
never have them when I need them.
Yeah, they just hold on to my card for me in the stand, and that way when I roll up, I just say, "Yeah, you've got it right." No. Otherwise, I would lose it. I
keep trying to tell if you did it electronically, then nobody would need cards, and they're like
No.
No.
Yes. I love it's like money. Right? I'm like, I have a free drink there and I have a free drink there. And if I combine these 3, I've got another free drink.
Got another 3. Yeah. Well, that's the online thing. Morgan Henderson is a gal I went to high school with here in Chihuahua. She graduated a year before I did, and she has a coffee stand in Suncrest called North Wild Coffee. And actually, she does all of her points-based stuff online. But the whole reason I bring her up is because her nieces are doing Italian soda at the market.
Oh my gosh, those wonderful
Colby
mango
Dollar.
and
Colby Dollar is their dad, and he brings his golf cart down full of everything every single Friday, and they're doing some of the most incredible Italian sodas. And I'm not surprised because Morgan makes amazing coffee and makes amazing drinks, and her nieces are just following in her footsteps.
Oh my gosh, they're
in,
so good.
in an amazing way. Yeah, they're lots of fun. So.
I usually get the mango. I love their Italian sodas. They're so good.
Yep.
So this all brings me to my soapbox that I'm going to stand on for a minute.
Here we go.
Get on
We're
up.
ready. We're braced.
So
Wait, we need the horse sound, the whip.
Yeah,
Get on up.
No, but there are people in this community that say, we need another Alcoa, we need another magnesite plant, or we need a Walmart, or we need some big
no, we
box
don't.
store.
No.
And
No,
I
no,
have
no,
said
no.
for years, what we need is more and more small businesses, because when an Alcoa goes out, we lose 300 people, and that's big families, and it's a real hardship. When
It affects the community for decades.
It
afterwards.
does. And when a small one goes out, it is a hurt. And we're sorry to have them go or retire or whatever they do. But it isn't the community-wide hurt. And when we see the farmers market growing, that means
With
we're
small
having
businesses, yeah.
we're having more small business here. When we see the creative district growing and people joining it, it means we're having more small businesses here.
Yep.
And we're supporting more and more families.
Yeah.
And you can support your family with a small business.
Yeah.
And when
the diversity of the things that are at the market
Absolutely.
and these small businesses.
It makes us unique.
Yeah.
when you drive around the country and you visit a small, thriving community, None of them are thriving because they have a large factory in their community. They're thriving because of their small businesses.
Yeah.
They're
Yes,
thriving because of their
absolutely.
community and the things they put into their community.
Yeah.
Um,
And so it tells us too that we need to support our small businesses. We all need to go to the farmers
go
market.
to the farmers
I
market.
love that you have those little things that you put in your salad again this year.
Oh, the microgreens.
Croutons? Oh, the micro.
Yeah.
I love
Oh
microgreens.
my gosh,
Yeah,
she's so
and I go
good.
down and buy hers, and I'm just so
Yeah.
glad because last year I don't think you had a microgreen.
No, I didn't until the end of the year, and then it was a little inconsistent. Once she was there, she wasn't able to keep her crops going. But this year I've got a gal who has an indoor grow space, and she brings.
She just pumps them out, man.
Oh my goodness, she
Yeah,
brings
they're good.
pallets on pallets
And they're
of
so good.
microgreens.
Yeah, because a couple years ago you had one, and I got introduced to it, and I'm
Yeah.
going, "Oh, this is great."
Yeah. I can't get behind it. It's not my thing. But
No, they're
Oh,
so
you
good,
would-
and
I
she's
know.
got all kinds of different ones, little broccoli and
Yeah. I start my salad with them, and then I put everything else.
They
on
all
them.
taste
Yeah.
exactly like the vegetable, only
Smaller.
slightly like smaller and more
Yeah.
the flavors are a little more
She
concentrated.
tried to get me to. She tried to get me to buy into it by giving me a spicy one, and I was like,
Ooh.
"Why
Oh,
is this plant
no.
spicy?"
There's some of them that are hot.
Oh, how
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
So,
You know, one of
Yeah.
my favorite. I'm going to give you a little recipe. You people might side eye me for this because my favorite sandwich in the world is hummus, pickled beets, and a big pile of microgreens.
now you lost me.
And
You lost
oh man,
Yeah.
you spread your hummus on the sandwich and you layer the whole thing with pickled beets, and then you put your big pile of microgreens on top, and it is so tasty.
My
Trust me.
taste buds are like,
interesting.
It's really really good. really good.
Now miss me with that.
right?
Miss me with
I'll
that.
let you keep your pickled beets.
Yeah.
I want to do a shout out again to the flower vendors that are there.
yeah.
Yep.
It
Oh,
is
yeah.
so awesome to go to the farmers market and pick up your fresh flowers for
Yeah.
the week.
Well, and
to
they're
have-
cut they're cut that
Right, that
morning.
morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
For the market. And so it's a great way to always have that beautiful freshness in your house.
Yeah.
You know, when you have your pretty flowers.
Yeah.
And I have the crystal lady. I love her sun catchers. It's
Yeah.
always so much fun to go over there and visit her.
Linda Stillwell, she's a sweetheart.
Right?
She's one of my favorites. In fact, she has some things that I probably shouldn't let her sell at the market, just given the 100% handmade rule. But how can you tell that lady no?
No, the
I
crystal
just
lady,
love her
right?
so much.
You're
She's
not
so
supposed to
great.
say those things online.
That's all
People
right.
might hear that.
That's okay. That's all right.
Well, and I you can see that I obviously do that circle a lot
Yep.
because I'm like, oh, the birdhouse guy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Amazing. I mean, $20 for a birdhouse. I think
Yep.
it's what, $20 for two
Yeah,
birdhouses or something.
his name is Blaine, and he's selling birdhouses by Chester.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't remember Chester's last name, but Chester has been a staple in our community doing birdhouses for a good long time, and they're high quality
Chester.
and trusted. And
Yeah.
Is it A and B birdhouses?
A and B, yeah,
Yeah.
it's Angel and Blaine
Yeah.
is who does that.
Blaine Dollinger, Angel Hearts. We found this note on the floor over there, and we're wondering what is all this. And
Yeah.
it's
That's one of Gina's. Gina
Yeah,
passed
yeah,
those
yeah.
out to all the
Yeah, yeah.
vendors to get some info
Yep.
on them. Yeah.
Oh, how
very
fun.
cool. And to go back to the prepared food. There's I've been trying, one of my favorites. I love them all. I've actually eaten just about everywhere. Chris does the shrimp this year.
Yeah.
Last week he had these poke nachos.
Yeah.
It was ahi tuna poke on sriracha Doritos.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
And I was like, that sounds interesting. I'm going to try that, and it blew my mind. It was so good.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, too. That guy hustles more than I guess we have a lot of hustlers at the market.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
That guy hustles more than anyone. I mean, they just had a new baby, and
Brought their baby home. Yeah,
just brought their baby home, which
Wow.
was amazing.
Yep.
He's doing markets. He's doing some different events, and he's straight out of the North Shore in Oahu, Hawaii.
Yeah.
And he's bringing an authentic flavor to everything that he's doing. But when he gets done, he is also starting a mobile bartending business that is doing events and weddings and all this and that. And he's also driving Uber. So the guy, I don't know when he sleeps, but
he's also going to be our Saturday afternoon reggae DJ right
I
here on
heard,
KCHW.
yeah, I
Yeah.
heard that. Oh,
Yeah.
so
Oh my
I
gosh,
mean,
he's totally busy.
talk about a guy that
Yes.
just busts his
Yeah.
butt. He
Yeah.
really does a good job, and he's just such a nice guy.
He really
He's got
is.
a humongous heart. Give you the shirt off of his back kind of guy, and he makes an incredible poke. Let me tell you what, it was
so good. It was ridiculous.
Awesome. Yeah.
That's awesome.
But then, of course, Joe and Nina with the Thai food, which I still have not gotten this year because I only ever get a few minutes at a time.
Yeah.
To walk over there, and I've been over there. I'm like, okay, this is the week. I'm finally going to get my Thai food.
Yeah, if you don't get there by a little before 12:30, you're probably not going to get any.
Right?
They sell out pretty quick, and they actually haven't been here the last 2 weeks. So this week, I think they'll be back. I need to call Joe and just clarify and make sure, but I believe they'll be back this week for the first time in 2 weeks. And they have Joe's a veteran, and a lot of his veteran buddies, they do a bike tour throughout the United States once a year.
Yeah, he was telling me about that.
Yeah, it's super cool. I love following what they do on Facebook because they're just going around to different nonprofits throughout the United States and supporting for a day or two and having a lot of fun and riding their bikes. And
Very
doing
cool.
Their thing, so.
And shout out to the ladies at the corner table with those amazing, especially in the heat. They have those the frozen lemonades.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I've had a couple times now the pig candy.
The pig candy. Mm-hmm.
The pig candy.
Yeah, really can't go wrong with it. It's basically it's pork belly burnt ends.
Okay.
And they put them on a stick, and so it's just like pig belly on a stick or pork belly on a stick.
And they're glazed and slow
glazed
cooked.
and smoked and slow cooked, and they're just ever so slightly burnt. That gives the most incredible flavor. It's a high shot of fatty, porky,
sugary
deliciousness. It's so good.
Barbecue.
If you're into pork, this is for you
my
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, then there's the buffalo burgers. There's a taco stand. They make amazing burrito tacos.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Brazil
all kinds of stuff.
table. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Taste of Belize.
Andrea Keller
Yep.
with the Taste of Belize. She is that I have never had chicken that is
Chicken
like that.
falls
and it is just,
off the
it falls
bone.
right off
Yeah.
the bone.
Yeah.
It's super
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
It was very good.
Really good.
Yeah. The barbecue folks.
Plan Q barbecue.
Plan Q barbecue.
That
yeah,
kitchen
thank you.
sink, man. That's one of my. At least a few times a year, I got to get that kitchen
Oh
sink.
yeah.
And this year they're doing bigger potatoes. It used. I kind of liked it, because somewhere under all that stuff, there's a potato, and now they've equaled the potato
Yeah.
to be equal to the rest of the stuff, and it's
good
even
stuff.
bigger now.
Yeah,
Nice.
they do a good job. They're good people.
Share
as
it with
well.
a friend.
Yeah, or don't and be
Right.
miserable the rest of the day. That's up to you.
Well, it used to be that you'd think of a farmer's market as only produce. And so you've expanded and done such a good job of getting all of this different things. But
And the
the
local
produce there
artisans.
is excellent.
Oh my gosh, it's
Yeah.
so good. And
Yeah.
fresh eggs.
Yeah,
Right?
it's tough, and thank you for your kind words, of course. But it's also tough with farmers because things come in season and
Right.
out
Yeah.
of season, and as we lose a few, we cross our fingers and hope that we're going to gain a few, and that is happening. We are going to have a couple more produce vendors coming on staff. I believe
Nice.
we are going to have a couple of cherry vendors coming down from Colville.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
That are just doing cherries. Front Porch does as many cherries as they possibly can, but they sell out so quickly.
So fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think we're going to bring someone down that specifically does cherries as well.
And I saw last week, I saw kids running around with
Yay.
apricots. And we talk about this, kids walking around eating their fruit, and their
Or
their
their
face all
vegetables. I
sticky.
saw a
and
kid walking and eating an onion. I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa, that's hardcore. You go, kid.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And
Well,
last weekend, wasn't it last weekend? We went up to the Front Porch, their open house. And so that is I've gone lots of years, but that's so exciting to see where your stuff is growing.
Yeah.
Yep.
And see how it's done.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
do a really good job of showing you everything.
Yeah,
They,
and she was showing us how they washed the lettuce and then where they washed it, and then their spinner where they spun it. It's a wash machine. She says we don't put any water in this wash machine, and no soap.
Yeah.
Hey guys, you know what? We're out of time.
That's
Wait,
what
wait,
I
before
was
we
just
go,
looking, thinking
right?
that.
Just one last thing.
Okay.
Before we go. Okay, so last year there was a vote on farmers markets. Are they going to do that voting again this year? Because I checked.
The competition.
Yeah, every
Yeah.
week.
Yeah, they are going to. I believe it doesn't start until July. I think it will
It's
start.
July 2nd.
It will start in right. It will start in the coming days. Last year, I think it was just after the 4th of July. It started. It was like July 7th
Okay.
through the end of the month. So as soon as we get information on that, we will blast that out everywhere we
Yeah.
can. There are some benefits to the market when we when we place well, which anytime it's a benefit to the market, it's a benefit to you.
Yeah.
Because we use those benefits to make a better situation for you guys. Our board is really attentive to that, and I alike am very attentive to trying to create a better atmosphere for you guys at the market. But as soon as we get that info, we will let you know. Last year we placed really well. We were second place in our area
region, yep,
and then fifth place in our side of the United States,
Pacific Northwest,
which was incredible.
Huge.
I mean,
and it was a 5-state range, I believe. With
it's like Northern Oregon,
6 states, I believe, for the
Pacific
big
Northwest,
area, the Pacific Northwest region.
Incredible.
So, and we're going up against Seattle and Wenatchee and all those for our own, and we got number 2.
And that went all the way to Montana, right?
All the way, it went all the way to the Dakotas.
Wow.
It's a huge testament to our farmers and our artisans and those of you guys who are working your butts off to make sure everyone has a quality product. And then, of course, a testament to the community who shows up and shows out every single week. I mean, one of these days I'm going to have to bring a traffic counter and see how many
that would be awesome.
Feet are coming through the market, because it seems like we got half the town down there sometimes.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
I think so.
Well, you have half the cars. That's
oh
for
my
sure.
goodness, I know. I know it.
It becomes a social event. So really quick, we're running a little late today, but I still have
Yeah.
a couple more questions for
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
The construction that's going to start
Yeah,
happening.
I knew you were going to ask
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
So
Ooh, good question.
they will not be doing construction during the actual market, but give us a little more about what you know at this point about it.
Yeah, Denny, I can't remember his last name, but Denny is the DOT lead for this project, and you may have seen Denny at some of the town hall events. He was always there talking and being berated by a few, of course, but he is a super duper nice guy, and he loves the market. He actually came down to the market last year and put up a booth and was there with the intention of getting feedback, and boy, did he get feedback, I'll tell you what.
Oh, yeah.
But he took a lot of that to heart, and one of the things that he has promised is that they will not be doing work on Fridays. So even as they get down to our portion of the highway, our Friday morning, our Friday afternoon, our Friday in totality, there will not be any work being done by DOT. They're going to park all their equipment, and they're going to take Fridays. They're going to take Fridays off.
That is awesome.
Well, and I also understand that they're going to be working at night.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they are going to be working at night. They'll work on Thursday evenings, and they'll get done at 5 in the morning on Friday mornings. And then we'll have the entire day for us to go down and do market things. The other piece is they're going to do things in sections, and they're going to start at the south end of town down by the old Polanski's. And they're going to grind all that up first, and they're going to get that section done. Then they're going to move on to the next place, the next chunk of town. So I don't actually expect them to get down to the park until early September.
Okay.
It may not be until much later in the season. And again, we won't have to worry about them because they're going to be coming down to the market on Friday and enjoying a plate of food themselves.
Very cool.
Nice.
So you really dated yourself when you called it the old Polanski's.
I was gonna
Paula
say
has
for-
no idea what
I'm
that
like,
is.
I'm assuming
like,
that's
what,
south of
Polanski's?
Chihuahua. Yeah.
I have been here almost 10 years, and I have no idea what Polanski's is.
It's where Dr. Larson's office
Yes,
is.
sorry.
There used to be a wonderful pizza place in there, and it had a dance floor.
I've heard of it,
It was
yeah.
a great place.
It
Had a
wasn't
daughter
until
who
after I
worked there.
graduated high school that I realized it was pole and skis,
Skis. Yep.
Polanski's, and there was like they had a mascot, and it was the little mouse
Pole and
that was on
skis.
skis with
Yeah.
poles.
How funny.
Yeah.
And it took me until I was an adult to be like, oh my gosh, yeah, it's because of 49 pole
Yeah.
and skis, Polanski's.
Yeah.
I figured they were,
How fun.
Italian or Polish or something.
It was amazing. I miss Polanski's so much. I
Yeah.
wish there was a revival that could happen, but it can't.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Wow.
Anyway.
On that
All right,
note,
so-
On that note, we are through for the day.
No, we do need to get out of here. I just really quick before we go, give us some other things that are coming up at the farmers market.
Other things coming up at the farmers market. Well, of course, we talked about it today. We have the 4th of July celebration coming up this Friday, 10 to 2. Be there, be square. We got it early for you. We also, in August, have the Zucchini Regatta coming up.
Yay!
That is
So
probably
much fun.
one of our most popular. The front porch will bring down zucchinis. You can go down to the Colonel booth with Gina and carve out your zucchini, make
Yep.
your boat. Followed by following the zucchini regatta in September, we will have the apple pie eating contest.
Yep.
And that one's always a lot of fun. We get a ton of pies from the bread box, and you stick your hands behind your back, and you slam your face into some pie.
Right, and Chuck is the adult champion.
Yeah, see how
have to
quickly.
defend my title.
Right.
This year, I'm going to have to see how much is actually left on Chuck's mustache and see if he ate the whole thing or if it all got
It was
left.
pretty
on his
clean
mustache.
last year, actually.
He did pretty good. He did pretty good.
I'll have to say, I got a lucky. A
lucky pitch or
a lucky
something.
angle. I hit it with my chin, and the pie popped straight up on the
Straight
plate,
up into his
and I was
face,
able
yeah.
to just go down. Yeah,
Yep, never seen a guy inhale a piece of pie as fast as Chuck.
I did not feel good afterwards.
Yeah, lots of air came with it. And then
Me too.
our last event of the year, lots of fun. On the very last day of market, we do the pumpkin bowling.
Yeah.
So quite a few fun events still yet to come. Quite a few new vendors coming to the market. Some new variety, some new farmers, and some new artisans are going to be coming down. Some vendors that haven't been able to be consistent at the start of the year are going to be more consistent in the latter half of the year. So lots and lots of new things for you to come down and events for you to come down and enjoy. Make sure you are present.
Very
Otherwise,
cool.
you'll miss out.
But I love that the ones that are there consistently, because I'll walk by and I'll see something, and then 2 weeks later I want it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want them to be there.
Yeah.
Make sure you're present because it's a gift.
It's
Yeah.
It is. Well, and all of your weekly,
cheesy.
vegetables. I mean, you go down to the farmers market, you'll get them fresher than you will
Yes.
anywhere else for a good price.
Yep.
Yeah.
But they last longer in your fridge than what you get at the store
Yeah,
because they're
and
fresher.
I have to say, I love the tokens. I love the tokens. I love the tokens.
So your husband is probably my best customer.
Oh
with
my, well,
those.
you know what? Yes. Well, that's funny to hear. So if you didn't know, if you don't have cash, you can go to Ryan's booth. You can use your card and you can buy tokens.
Yes.
Okay. Now I have had so much fun with these tokens. It actually brought somebody to the farmers market who would not normally, because I tipped them with a token. Yes, Craig, I'm talking about you.
Come on, Craig. Come on,
I was out of dollars to tip, and I was watching him perform. But what did I had gold. I had that coin. I had that token. So, yeah, it's so fun. I love those.
Yeah, they are same as cash. It costs the market quite a bit of money to have a ATM down there. There's a rental fee, and a network, and all that. So what we did was we created these tokens, and they are same as cash. You come down, you run your card for however much on my phone, my Square reader, and then I give you these same as cash tokens. You can go spend them at the vendor, and they will give you cash back because I'm reimbursing the vendor for those tokens. They give those to me at the end of the day. I write them a check every 2 weeks for however many reimbursables they have. So it all works out. It's a great opportunity for you to come down. Not everyone carries cash these days. I'm not a cash guy.
Neither am I.
And there are a few vendors that are only cash accepting vendors.
Yeah.
So we have to have some sort of solution there, and it works out great.
That makes the ones that don't accept cards a non-issue.
Exactly.
It really,
Exactly.
and you can go anywhere.
Plus,
No
you
longer.
get really cool
And
little tokens.
They're a great gift, and I know I would like to talk to you more about getting a program going because the Kernel program is losing their funding.
Yeah, we'll
and
get
if
there.
We can come up with some really cool stuff with those tokens and have people have little donation bins at their stations to donate towards that. Keep that Kernel program going that Gina's doing because it's so fun.
Yeah,
So-
Gina does really an incredible job with that, and we want to see that continue going. There'll be more to come. I'm sure Chuck will have me back at some point, and we can talk more about that. But there's a great opportunity in the community to keep a thriving program thriving with a wonderful woman in Gina. So really excited about those opportunities, and it'll be a lot of work to get it where it needs to be. But
We are
I know
We're really late.
Community
Let's
will do
get out of here. Let you guys get on with your day, and let all our listeners get on with their day. Thank you for listening to us, and let us run a little late here. You can stay tuned right here tonight on KCHW. From 6 to 8 p.m., we have Music for the Mountain. 8 to 10 p.m. is Dirt Road Blues with our very own Dirt Road Doug McQuain live in the studio. Then tomorrow, from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m., we have Planetary Radio, Sea Change Radio, Echo Shock, Total, and Earth 8. Tune in tomorrow morning on the KCHW Morning Show. Speaking of Gina, she is our new Thursday morning show co-host. We are inspiring youth on Thursday mornings, and we're going to be joined by a belly dancer. We're going to have some belly dancing tomorrow morning right here on the KCHW Morning Show with a dance troupe that's got all ages in it, and Gina really wanted to bring on some dancers onto the show. So anybody who knows Gina knows that she is a dancing spirit trapped in a human body. So, all right, everybody, that does it for the morning show. I want to thank you guys all for coming in today. I want to thank you all for listening. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day.
All right, goodbye. You've been listening to the KCHW Morning Show right here on KCHW 102.7, your Northern Lights Public Radio.
You're listening to Northern Lights Public Radio on 102.7 KCHW, Chewelah, Colville, Kettle Falls.